It gives me a special pleasure to welcome you all to the NDLEA National Headquarters this morning for the commissioning of 46 newly procured vehicles for use of our commands and formations across the country. A special welcome to the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, the National Security Advisor, and the Chief of Defense Staff, who had to forego other very important activities in their crowded schedules to attend this event. I know that there's a fake today. We're grateful. This event is both symbolic and historic. This is the first time in the 35-year history of NDLEA that staff cars are provided for commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda in action. In this case, upscaling the morale of our personnel who stand with other agencies on the front line of our national security and public health architecture. Thank you, Mr. President, for providing the NDLEA with these vehicles, which will go a long way in boosting the motivation and performance of our officers. The NDLEA is now counted among a distinguished group of security and drug law enforcement agencies around the world that are not only visible in their operations, but equally respected and making impact. The United States Drug Enforcement Administration, the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Bureau of the United States, the National Crime Agency of the UK, the Home Office International Operations of the UK, the French police, the German Criminal Police, BKA, all these are counterparts, the Saudi General Directorate of Narcotics, etc., etc. All these agencies have attested to the world-class standard of the NDLEA. When I assumed leadership of this agency in January 2021, it was clear that much work lay ahead, not only to tackle the escalating drug challenge in our society, but also to reposition the NDLEA as a forward-looking, intelligence-driven institution, professional in conduct, visible in presence, and impactful in results. That journey has been one of tireless effort, institutional discipline, and broad collaboration with our partners in law enforcement, the judiciary, civil society, and communities nationwide. I must express our deep appreciation to His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose support for this agency has been unwavering and strategic. The procurement of these vehicles was made possible by the fiscal backing of this administration, which continues to demonstrate strong resolve in addressing the root causes of insecurity and social dislocation. Under the renewed hope agenda, the President has prioritized national security and stability institutional reform, and the safety of every Nigerian life. That trust motivates us to deliver even more. We know from both intelligence and experience that drug abuse and trafficking are central to the security challenges in the country. The link is undeniable. Kidnapping, armed robbery, terrorism, insurgency, and cult violence are all fueled by illicit substances. Drug trafficking emboldens perpetrators, strips away moral restraint, and replaces hope with recklessness. In the past 18 months, that is from January 2024 to June this year, we have made seizures of over 1 billion pills of tramadol, over 14.4 million bottles of codeine. Imagine if these substances had found their ways into the streets, the calamity that would have ensued. No serious approach to national security can ignore drug control. And this is why we pursue our mandate with focus, determination, and the results are there to show. In just 2 years of President Tinubu's administration, the NDLEA achieved significant results. We have made arrests of 40,887 drug offenders, including 45 drug barons. We have made seizures of over 5.5 million kilograms of assorted illicit substances, all recovered from our streets, communities, warehouses, border routes, airports, and seaports nationwide. We have destroyed over 700 hectares of cannabis farms hidden deep in forests. We have equally secured the conviction of 8,682 traffickers and kingpins alike, and assured that their assets are forfeited to the federal government through the court process, thus sending a clear message that drug crimes attract severe legal consequences. Equally important is the fact that 24,173 drug users have been treated and rehabilitated in our 30 rehabilitation centers located across the country, while we have done 8,698 sensitization activities aimed at preventing people from going into substance abuse. We've done these in schools, worship centers, workplaces, motor parks, and communities, among others, within the same period. These clearly created a fair balance between our drug supply reduction and drug demand reduction efforts. We are grateful to the Honorable Minister of Education, who I sat with just a fortnight ago, and he wholeheartedly received the suggestions placed to review the curricula from primary to secondary schools as far as drug control is concerned, to be certain that they are part of it. And he also approved drug tests for returning and new students in all tertiary institutions in the Federation. What is more, 7 more rehabilitation centers are in the pipeline, thanks to presidential support. This will bring the total number of rehabilitation centers of NDLEA to 37, one in each state command and the FCT. These outcomes reflect both the resilience of our personnel and the growing capacity of the agency. Yet, we know that our work is far from done. The illicit drug economy continues to evolve, exploiting vulnerable youths, porous borders, and sometimes complicit actors. To remain effective, our response must also evolve with sharper intelligence, stronger community engagement, and critically improved mobility and logistics. This brings us to today's commissioning. The 46 vehicles we're unveiling include 36 Meccano SUVs and 10 Meccano executive sedans. They are all equipped for petrol and compressed natural gas, CNG. They will be deployed for the use of our directors here in the headquarters, zonal commanders and state commanders across the country to enable faster response, better coordination, and more effective supervision. Reliable mobility is essential for a kind of agency whose officers often operate across vast territories under challenging conditions. In some states, commanders have been hampered by inadequate transport. This intervention will therefore bridge that gap and enhance command and control nationwide. I am pleased to add that plans are underway to extend this support of mobility to the other commanders that are not beneficiaries on this occasion, including our area commanders. This is all, of course, subject to availability of funding. Our vision is to close all mobility gaps gradually and establish a uniform standard for leadership logistics across NDLEA formations. Let me again seize this opportunity to appreciate the Honorable Attorney General and National Security Advisor for their continued support of the NDLEA. We also appreciate the support of the armed forces of Nigeria, especially as far as joint operations are concerned. They join us in operations, especially in the deep forests when we go after the cannabis growers. We are grateful for the firepower that the armed forces gives us. Your Excellencies, you have seen our roads. We wish to request to assist us facilitate the construction of the road to our headquarters and the one leading to our barracks around Idu area of the FCT. This will no doubt further motivate our personnel who drive to work on the rough road every day. The Honorable Attorney General assisted us in commissioning the Yola Barracks recently. The FCT Barrack is to be commissioned by Mr. President later this year by the grace of God. Only the bad access road leading to the barracks is what is holding us back. Let me take this opportunity to commend the Project Implementation Committee for handling the procurement of these vehicles with prudence, transparency, and timeliness. I must also acknowledge the officers, men and women of NDLEA whose hard work, sense of duty, and moral strength have brought this agency to to where it is today. It is your success that the nation sees your sacrifice that keeps our communities safer. Note that this is why the administration of President Tinubu is proud of you and continues to invest in your welfare and capacity. To our stakeholders, sister agencies, the judiciary, traditional rulers, community leaders, the media, and international partners, we thank you for standing with us and advancing the national cause of drug control. As we commission these vehicles, let me emphasize, they are not rewards only, but resources. They come with responsibility. Officers assigned to use them must do so with discipline, accountability, and care. These assets must serve our mission to reach the next hotspot, intercept the next shipment, supervise the next rehabilitation center, and dismantle the next drug trafficking ring. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, we are not only reducing drug crimes, we are changing lives. Every gram seized, every suspect arrested, every drug user rehabilitated contributes to building a safer and healthier Nigeria. That mission remains unfinished, and we will continue to work with resolve, integrity, and the full weight of our mandate. Thank you for joining us on this occasion. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.